First up tonight, we start with a six-rounder in the light welterweight division. Carshalton's Ricky Boylan was involved in one of the fights of 2013 with local rival Tony Owen. Boylan won that grudge match in 4 rounds. His first contest this year sees him in with Poland's Krzysztof Szot. Our commentators Adam Smith and Glenn McCrory after our MC John McDonald.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the York Hall, Bethnal Green, where Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sport proudly present Fight Night Extra live on Sky Sports and sponsored by 888 Sport, Sports Direct and Lonsdale. All the officials appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Our steward in charge, Phil Lundgren. Area representative is Mick Collier. Inspectors Richard Barber, Steve Larman, Harold Adams, Nick Laidman, Lewis Byrne, Barry Freeman and Ben Calder-Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, the medical officers serving us this evening are Dr. Patel, Dr. White, Dr. Buckman and Dr. Banks. Let's get the action underway with 6 rounds in the light welterweight division. Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with red, weighing in at 10 stone, 2 pounds 8 ounces. A 30-fight record, 18 wins, 5 inside the scheduled distance, 11 defeats and 1 draw. Coming to the ring as the Polish light welterweight champion and European challenger after an amazing, astonishing amateur career, seeing him box at 2 world championships. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mishkov, Krzysztof Szot! And now, across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed with gold and white. Weighing in at 10 stone, 2 pounds 2 ounces. He's undefeated, 10 contests, 10 wins, 4 inside the scheduled distance. He is the undefeated Southern Area light welterweight champion from Carshalton. Time to meet Pretty Ricky Boylan. Time to hear the bell is Peter McCann. Our referee in charge of the action is Marcus McDonald. This is 6 3-minute rounds.
All right, guys, you've got no rules in boxing. That explains it. One thing I will say about Russell at all times, watch your heads, keep it clean. Any questions? Let's go to work.
Another exciting night in store in this venerable fight venue. Great to be here as ever. Time for an unbeaten prospect, and we've seen plenty of those over the years come through the York Hall, Bethnal Green. Ricky Boylan. He's got a bunch of fans, he's got personality, and he's got a little title too, the Southern Area 10-stone champion. And he's in with a decent Polish hard man in Krzysztof Szot, who, Glenn, we've seen around the circuit, around the world, haven't we?
Yeah, we have done, and you know, he's more than a journeyman type, you know, very, very accomplished amateur. He's a bit long in the tooth, and he's been around the circuit for a good while now, but he can still be a test.
He was undefeated, I think, in his first 13, 14. He's only won 18 of his 30 shot, but he can handle himself. Very capable in the ring. What a Boylan, he's 25, yet to taste defeat. And this is fight number 11. The good thing for his new promotional stable Matchroom is that he sells tickets.
Yeah, that helps an awful lot if you're popular, and Ricky Boylan is popular, but so far he's backed up that popularity with good skills.
Trying to dig in the body shots early. Good plan against an old or aging campaigner in the 35-year-old Szot.
Adams, that's the sort of fighter you've got to try and put in his place pretty early on. You got to get his attention, you got to try and hurt him, and then he won't try too hard. He knows the game, but if he gets a little chance that you're weakening a bit or you're not up to the job, that'll build him up and he'll think he can get a win.
Doubling up the jab there, Ricky Boylan, who impressed us when stopping the area champion Tony Owen in a local derby. Owen from Carshalton, like Boylan, and that was good for Boylan at the end of the year. And what 2014 has in store. He loves to throw that left hook to the body, doesn't he? And a good right hand as well.
Well, he's doing the right thing. He's getting the centre of the ring. He's leading off with a couple of jabs. Then he's trying to find that little slot under the right elbow to dig in that left hook he likes.
He's busy, Glenn, and he's aggressive. And that's the right formula against someone like Szot.
It certainly is, and I think, he's also got a lot of fans here. He wants to put on a bit of a show. He wants to make a name for himself, and so far he's going about it the right way.
Neatly behind the jab. Ricky Boylan. Chiseled, isn't he, as well? Physically, very trim.
Yeah, he looks well. Looks like he does all the right things in the gym and on the road. But he's got to turn that into the ring. It's a good division, the light welterweight division, with the new British champ Curtis Woodhouse.
Certainly is. What a great win that was for the footballer turned boxer over Darren Hamilton. It's a little bit away from Ricky Boylan at the moment, but a good start here at Your Call.
You don't have to make it smart, because he's only here, and what he's trying to do is trying to draw you in. Thank you. He's trying to draw you in. Take your time. But what you got to do is keep that concentration. Your right hand drops slightly. Keep just double jab right hand. Left hand side. Maybe just walk to your right, not to your left, because he's a little bit of a right hand fire, okay? Keep the hand on the back, just feint up and down. It's a warm-up exercise, yeah? You don't get stopped this
Welcome
kid.
back.
So enjoy
Popular
yourself.
trainer and
Right?
Alan Smith
Yep.
alongside Ricky
Concentration.
Boylan. Calls himself Pretty, the 25-year-old from Surrey.
They're opening up well. Boylan just putting Szot under pressure early on. Decent start.
First fight of the year for Ricky Boylan from Carshalton, in with the Polish veteran Krzysztof Szot, who's in his 31st outing, but as Glenn touched on in the first round, he had an extensive amateur career for many, many years. Very accomplished too. He's fought in decent class, and he's a good test for well, any of our youngsters really. And he's back in his own weight division here, having had the difficulty of going to welterweight and being in with the Canadian hotshot Michael Zuski.
Yes, he was stopped on that occasion, but that's very, very rare. I think he's only been stopped once before that. So, he's hard to move, and if he just gets into the fight a little bit, he's a stubborn opponent.
Yeah, Boylan's got 4 stoppages, so I don't think any of us are looking for him to force a quick win. I think more importantly is getting the rounds and trying those shots out. Nice body shot and a good uppercut too from Boylan. We're not quite sure, Glenn, how good he is.
No, I think, it's fights like this that he needs. This will tell us a little bit more. I mean, it would be a great performance if he did get a stoppage here, and that would be something that, catches the eye. So that's what he'll be looking for.
Swivel round there, certainly keen and eager. I think he'll be in good fights, I'll tell you that much. Really trying to dig the shots in. The red and gold and white trunks and the predominantly white boots. Just takes a right hand there from Szot.
Well, Szot's the sort of fighter that, if he does make mistakes, Szot will capitalize. He knows enough about the game to do that.
Boxing Olympic qualifier back in 2004, beat Martin Lindsay, who many of us thought was going to go a long way as a pro, former British champion.
He was beaten by British fighters Scotty Cardle, Tyrone Nurse. So and I don't think he won a round against Cardle. So we know, the standard of him.
But he's not a pushover.
No.
And he also comes to have a go, and you've sort of got to put him in his place pretty early.
Oh, you see now, he's on the attack. He's looking to get shots off. He comes to try and get a win.
Just edging forward. Szot. Just frustrated by the work rate more than anything, and the angles that Boylan's finding. Yeah, 2 out of 2 for Ricky Boylan.
But in that round, Adam, he was occasionally caught with a few silly shots, a little left jab at the end there.
Come.
Well,
there is Ian Johnson. We call him Jumbo in the trade, often in the corner with the visitors from abroad. He does a terrific job. And there's Alan Smith. Remember, with Gary Walcombe, who lost his British title in this very ring against Ryan Rhodes a few years back. Here we are, third round. The red of Ricky Boylan from Carshalton, whose great friend is David Weir, the champion Paralympian, and they train together in Richmond Park. Fascinating stuff. David, a huge fight fan, often at ringside. Boylan in with Krzysztof Szot from Poland. Well-travelled, well-schooled, but a little bit old in the tooth now.
Yeah, but what Szot is showing us is that the defence of Boylan definitely needs tightened up. Getting caught with silly shots, dropping his hands a bit too much. That left hand needs to come up. So he is showing us a few of the failings.
Yep, slight reddening around the right side of Boylan's face as he backpedals, and that was better with the use of the feet.
Step back.
He just needs to loosen up a little bit with the upper body, Glenn.
Yeah, just loosen up a little bit. A little more upper body movement side to side, just to keep the target always on the move.
Again, Szot just inching forward, and Boylan trying to crack him with an uppercut as he comes in, and again looking for the counter. Good work from Boylan, and the speed there, impressive. Fans enjoying this.
Yeah, I'd like to see Boylan, just when he had a good little attack there, keep the pressure on. You know, he's young, he's fresh, he's fit. He needs to work 3 minutes around.
Really getting the force or range in the jab, Boylan there. And that's a good work from Szot. Just a reminder of the defence.
Yeah, he throws his punches out and then immediately drops his hands, Boylan. So, you know, if I was in an opponent's corner, I'd wait till he's thrown his 2 shots and then I'd hit him straight back with a good counter, just as Szot's doing there.
Yeah, he's been caught just a few times here in the third round, Boylan. Obviously still very much the preliminary stages of his career. So there's you know, things to work on in the gym, but he is 25. He's not a young kid, is he?
No, it's a good time from now to, this is his time. He's got a good stage with Matchroom to push his career forward, make a name for himself.
Tough around that one for Boylan. And I think David's managed to find himself into ringside. He's with Andy Scott, David Weir, good mate of Ricky Boylan's.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Adam. We're lucky to track him down, such has been David's training schedule. But David, we've interviewed you at Ricky's fights before at ringside. You're one of his closest friends. How do you think he's getting on so far?
He's doing really well. I'm really impressed. The guy seems to be quite tough, so it's a good test for Ricky, I think, tonight.
Ricky brings that huge fan base. You know all about entertaining in front of a big crowd. He looks like he wants to have a fight to entertain the crowd. What sort of character is he, and how difficult is it to keep the fans entertained and happy?
I think that's what Ricky likes to do, and I think he will at the end of it. I think he's going a little bit slower than usual because it's the 6th rounder, but yeah, he'll do it. I know he'll do it. I've got faith in him.
Thanks for talking to us, David.
I think he's won the marathon 6 times. I don't know how many golds he's won in a couple of Paralympics, but David Weir's an absolute legend and a real fight fan. A pleasure to see him here in the York Hall Bethnal Green, cheering on his good pal Ricky Boylan. How impressed have you been with him, Boylan?
Yeah, you know, in cameos, I'm impressed with him. I think, you know, there's certainly the makings of a decent fighter there, somebody that can go on. But I think the first thing that Szot is showing us is that he's got to tighten up that defense, and he's got to get a little loose around the shoulders and, you know, not get hit. He gets hit a little bit too much.
Certainly aggressive, certainly wants to put on the performances, Boylan, and he'll be keeping a close eye on the winner of the Tyler Goodjohn-Tyrone Nurse battle for the vacant English title, which is on the undercard of Scott Quigg's world title defence in a couple of weeks in Manchester. It's a busy, bustling division, isn't it, at all sorts of levels?
Yeah, it certainly is. Lots going on, lots to look forward to.
I wonder if he looked up to the likes of Ricky Hatton, Junior Witter, when the light welters were really flying sort of 5-10 years ago. Always been an interesting weight category because of the speed and power. Now at welterweight, really, at world level, isn't it? That's where the big money is.
Yeah, that's where the big names are at welter. And certainly middleweight. I mean, lots of the divisions have got some really good fighters in. I think boxing is in a great place at the moment.
No reason why Ricky Boylan can't give us a few entertaining nights over the next year or two as he digs in a right hand.
Well, you know, he's not going to be that far away for challenges for the likes of Curtis Woodhouse or Darren Hamilton or Willie Lemon or people like that. You know, he's not that far away from those guys.
Not quite cultured enough, is he? Doesn't really know the tricks, maybe, yet, only his 11th fight.
Yeah, I think experience is the only thing he's missing so far. That's where he's going to learn, you know, and I think he's learning in a fight like this.
Small little mark under the left eye of Boylan. Nothing wrong with getting rough. A slip there from Szot. I noticed he was sliding on those boots earlier on in the fight. Wonder if they've not been scorched properly enough, or just slipping around a bit. Doesn't need that shot. Maybe at 35 the balance isn't quite what it was too. Good body shots from Boylan.
And that's better now. Boylan just lifting that left hand up. I don't know why he hasn't done that since the beginning. Now he's dropped it again.
Pull that stool away from there, not so far back.
Oh, Ricky Boylan having pretty much most of this his own way, just working on the swelling there backstage. Team Ryder, there he is with Tony Sims, manager now, trainer. And there's something really likeable about John Ryder. He's got a good attitude. He's a strong, solid southpaw. I think a lot of people thought Billy Joe Saunders would deal with him fairly comfortably, and it was really, really close, that fight they had for the British middleweight title. Ryder can certainly come again, can't he?
Oh, most definitely. I think that was just a learning fight, and I think there's bigger fights for him. Very, very close, that fight. Looking forward to see Ryder.
Yep, good test tonight though, against Jez Wilson, who's really up for this, so looking forward to that next. Firstly, we have a 6-rounder to conclude. 6 minutes to go. Ricky Boylan in the red trunks and the white of Krzysztof Szot from Poland, who's about an inch shorter and obviously lacking the freshness and ambition that Boylan has, with that undefeated record and the following here in London. Sort of learning as he goes. You can almost watch it round by round, Glenn.
It is a learning fight, and I'm sure Alan Smith in the corner will be picking up on things that Szot is showing us, the little failings in the defense, because I think if he's gonna move on and get, you know, the step from Southern area to British level, he needs to tidy up that defense.
Yeah, they've got a good relationship in Alan Smith. As he puts some good work in there against Szot, he actually works for the cleaning business that Smith has, and has a window cleaning round Ricky Boylan. Keeping himself in great nick, in great shape. And now he's boxing more fluently, Ricky Boylan.
It's good to see Szot, you know, who's a good pro who comes to push these guys. You know, he's earning his money in there and he's doing the job he should be.
You don't box in 3 European Championships, do you, as an amateur, if you can't fight?
No, I think, you know, somewhere down the road, which is unfortunate with some fighters, you know, maybe not connected enough to get the right career breaks. But, you know, he's certainly been a talent.
Marcus McDonald, one of our finest referees, just trying to tidy things up. Bit of blood from the nose of Szot, and that swelling a bit worse around the left eye of Ricky Boylan. Yeah, just nods in appreciation there, out of respect. He got caught by one, and I guess that's what he's got to work on, isn't it, Glenn?
Yeah, it is. Just tighten up a little bit. You know, the first thing I'd get him to do is lift that left hand, just throw it straight from the shoulder.
Good work there, though, and just a grimace on the face of Szot with the blood coming from his nose, getting a little harder for the veteran now. And so it should be with Boylan. Foot on the gas and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, just his whole, when he relaxes in that style and drops that left hand, his whole body relaxes. He leaves himself open. You know, when you mentally just get your hands up, you're much more alert. You're waiting for stuff.
Good patch though. Glenn was talking about the cameos of Ricky Boylan. He's certainly putting some good shots together at the moment and utilising the ring well here at the end of the 5th. Body shot from Szot, but rare success.
No, it's off balance. Yeah, but listen.
Well, experiencing all sorts of different things. Oh. That's the old tricks I was telling you about.
There's some of the things you've got to learn. Don't drop your hands. Don't leave yourself open, especially on the blind side of the referee. But that's all in the name of the game. It's all picking up little things like that. He'll learn a lot tonight.
In and out, speed, yeah? Watch out for that right hand, because you keep walking into it. You're not going to stop him in the first, you won't stop him in the last, son.
Yeah.
On your toes. Yeah, in and out, just double jab right hand. But after every right hand, when you chuck a jab, his head goes back. So after every right hand, no combination, chuck a jab. And it pushes your shoulder where it should be, it pushes his head back. Come on, don't get lucky, Rick.
Final round here. Ricky Boylan now a pro for 3.5 years since he turned in this very ring against one of the old warriors, Sid Razak from Birmingham. He's in with another one, but a visitor from Poland in Krzysztof Szot. Have you given him every round, or have you been a little more favourable to Szot?
Yeah, no, Szot, as he's doing now, has constantly tried to get dominance here. He's constantly tried to work, and you know, he's made Boylan work. If Boylan thought it was going to be easy, he's been a little bit mistaken.
Good body shots though from Boylan. Might have needed those around the 2nd or 3rd round just to slow Szot even more. Tape coming loose on the glove now. Not phased though, is he, Szot?
No, he's not. You know, he looks solid. He's coming forward, landed a good punch there, and it just shows you. We saw him fight Mikhail Zuski in Canada a little while ago. How good a prospect Zuski must be.
Yeah, I like Zuski. This is good action in the 6th. You can see why Boylan sells tickets. There's not a lot of clinching, is there? I think that's the first time the old commentators curse, but really, he wants to get the job done. He might not have the technique down, nailed yet, Ricky Boylan, but there's certainly things to like about him if you're a fan.
No, he certainly, you know, the mind's willing, the skills are still there. Two good left hooks, having a decent round this final one, isn't he?
Yep, he's not that journeyman mentality, is he, Szot? He's still got a bit of fire. Back to the jab, that's impressive from Boylan. Good couple of minutes this has been in the 6th round.
A good spell for Krzysztof Szot, who's landed some good hooks, and this is where he's got to try and finish the show, Boylan. Pick it up again.
I tell you what would be fascinating, Glenn, if they added another 2 or 3 rounds to this fight now, what would happen?
Well, that's true, but I think Szot has just, you know, the old mentality of paced himself a little bit for this last little onslaught in the last round.
You've been doing this job too long, Glenn.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Pretty good night's work on the whole, though, for Ricky Boylan. 20 seconds to go. I'm sure he'll be looking to defend his Southern Area title, maybe back here in the coming weeks. As soon as that eye doesn't give him any more problem, but has to walk into a left hook. Last few seconds of this, just a little hairy at times for Ricky Boylan.
Yeah, but, you wonder, Adam, if Szot had been 5 years younger, what that would have been like.
Perfect match, though, from the matchmaker. The fans will go home happy. Ricky Boylan will have won this and will remain undefeated in 11. But Krzysztof Szot again gave a decent account of himself.
Yeah, he did. That's why we like him, and he's always welcome back here, because you always know he's going to give a good account of himself, and he was excellent in that last round. Put Boylan in his place a little bit, and I think, you know, that's a good fight for Boylan. He'll learn from that. He needs to watch this, because he'll see where the mistakes are with the defense.
Yeah, as he moves up in levels, he'll need to.
Most definitely. You know, I think it's all there for him. He's a good prospect, can go a long way, but he just needs to listen and change the thing that's wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, referee Marcus McDonald has scored this contest for Szot 54 points, for Boylan 60 points. Therefore, your winner and still undefeated from Class Jordan, it's pretty Ricky Boylan. Please show your appreciation for a very, very game boxer indeed, Krzysztof Szot.
So Boylan now unbeaten in 11, and a good educational fight that for him, Spencer.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, Szot is a tough, difficult guy to box, and he proved himself there. He had a good last round, but Boylan showed glimpses of excellence and glimpses of rawness as well, you know, carrying his left hand quite low and getting caught with right hand. So there's still a lot of work to be done, but I'm sure that he can go on and do bigger and better things. Good performance by Boylan.
Well, let's see what he thinks of his performance. He's ringside with Andy Scott.
Ricky, your first outing of the year against a tough game and durable opponent. Was that the perfect learning fight for you?
Definitely, you know, obviously you heard at the start of Krzysztof Szot's amateur career, you know, so he's been around, he's boxed at a good level, he's boxed a lot good British pro kids, so yeah, you know, I needed to get a round under my belt, and that's what it was, you know, I won every round, so I'm happy with it.
That was your first fight since inking a deal with Eddie Hearn, the man on your right. What do you feel you still need to work on?
You know, as I said, I've only had 11 fights, so I'm still a novice, so, you know, the British light welterweight seems wide open, so, you know, I'd love them big fights, but as I said, at the same time, I'm still learning, so, you know, I'm with the best people now in Britain, so, you know, I'm just looking forward to a good year.
Tremendous support, and you made it entertaining for your fans. Eddie Hearn, promoter, what's next for Ricky?
Well, we'll be announcing a show in May the 21st shortly. We're going to get Ricky out on that. It's a great opponent for Ricky, learning fight, he's 11-0. You know, he's had a problem which we were supposed to get out earlier in the year, but it's all healed up now and raring to go. Like I said, the light welterweight division's wide open, and he's going to be a big part of it in 2014.
It was a great start to the night. Well done, Ricky.
Well, Ricky's 25 years of age, and talking to you when you're watching that, Spencer, your one concern was his low left hand. Glenn McCrory picked up on it as well.
Yeah, I mean, defence is something that they need to work on. I'm sure that he realises that. He said himself he's been out for a little while, just wanting to get back into the ring. But yeah, certainly needs to work on the defence. That's the one weakness he's got there. We saw glimpses of excellence as well. You know, he's got a lovely style. Looks like he carries good power in either hand as well, but his defence is a little bit leaky.
and we know he sells plenty of tickets, so Eddie Hearn's going to look after him and bring him through the right kind of way.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, you know, he can be looking to go on and fight for the, you know, English title maybe, then before moving on to the English British title. But I think there's plenty of time for Boylan yet. You know, he's still only 25 years of age, still a lot to learn, and I think the future's bright for him and exciting as well.
He's in a good camp there, isn't he, with Al Smith, the renowned trainer in South London, who also represents Bradley Skeet, and Sam Webb he took to a British title shot.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's in good hands, and they'll look after him, I'm sure. I mean, as I said, I'm expecting bigger things from him, better things from him. Curtis Woodhouse, the British champion at the moment, that could be a fight down the line, and one that would really be exciting. Boylan sells a lot of tickets, and you know, he'll pack out many arenas and a few more fights under his belt.
And Curtis Woodhouse, a surprise winner of the British title. He said he'd retire.
Yeah.
We don't think he will now.
No.
Darren Hamilton, who he beat to win the title, that's an obvious fight for London, maybe a little bit further down the line.
Yeah, I think that's a fight that, you know, they could be looking at. Hamilton's a very tough guy. Curtis Woodhouse, I don't think he's going to retire after winning that British title. You know, that meant so much to him, and it was a great night, a great performance. But, you know, Boylan's in the mix there, and he's going to be coming through.
Thanks, Spencer. After the break, our main event, John Ryder takes on Jez Wilson.